such and such and such, I'm okay with being on this earth without a man. That's fine.
That's cool. What about when you want to have kids though? Like, you think about going to a bank or something?
You want to know what?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, so I have this friend.
Okay.
And we've been friends for years. And we have this pact. Well, I don't really know if the pact still stands.
Yeah.
Anywho. Anyways, we established this pact, and we basically the pact was, once I get to a certain age, if I don't have a man, if I don't have kids, we would have a kid together. He agreed to it. I agreed to it.
So hold on. Let me stop you right there. 'Cause this going in the right direction. Watch the Homeboys, bro. I told y'all.
Wow.
Watch the Homeboys, bro. Ain't no friends, ain't no guy friend, bro. You see this? Do you see this? It's like you experience it right here out of the horse's mouth. First of all, welcome to Don't Skip the Vibe podcast with yours truly, Mr. Live in the Kitchen himself, DJ Skip. The Don't Skip the Vibe podcast will be bringing you a healthy dose of conversations pertaining to relationships, dropping some mental gems with intersections on music, business, and motivation with your main man, Dante, DJ Skip Davis. Yeah, that's right. We bringing all the vibes in here on Don't Skip the Vibe podcast. Might even have some special guests in here for you. You never know who may drop in. So make yourself at home, but don't forget, we do not skip the vibes in here. Let's go. Hey, what's up? This is DJ Skip with Don't Skip the Vibe podcast. Man, who we got in here tonight? We got Mariah Henderson.
Hi.
She's a photographer, director / model. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing great.
It's good to have you in here. I want to say I appreciate you coming through. It was just a one and done. I just asked one time. She's like, sure, I'll do it. So I appreciate me not having to beg for your time.
You're welcome.
So I appreciate it, man. So I'm pretty sure the people want to know, like, who is Mariah? Like, how old are you? Where you from? Kid, single?
Who is Mariah, as in like you just said where I'm from, or who makes me who I am?
Yeah, no. The question's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Well, I'm from Starkville, Mississippi.
Okay.
I don't have any kids. Let's put that out there. It's gonna take quite a gentleman to, for me to make that
standards.
happen.
I love it.
Of course. And then what else? You said where I'm from. Do I have any kids?
Yeah, your age.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm 31 years old.
Okay.
And I'm a Cancer.
Are you single?
I am.
So fellas, man, she's single, no kids. I hear a lot about that on social media, but do not come sideways. You got to come correct.
I mean, yeah, they got to come correct, but at this point in my life, I just would prefer them not to come at all.
Oh,
yeah. Pow, pow, pow. That's what it's giving. It's giving very much. I'm working on me.
Oh man, I love it. So, is it a reason why they can't come right now? Is it where you at in your life right now? You don't want them to come.
Well, at this point in my life, I've been single for probably like a year now.
Okay.
And ever since I reached my 30s, I've kind of like discovered who I am, what I want, what I'm gonna put up with, what I'm not gonna put up with. Me 5 years ago, I would say I knew what I wanted, but I really wasn't sure. But once I turned 30, it was kind of like, okay, I know what I want. I know what kind of man I want. And if it's not, I won't say if it's not exactly what I want, then I don't want it, because sometimes, of course, things won't always come packaged how you want them.
Yeah, sure.
So I won't say that, but right now it's just like I know what I want, and I'm not interested in it.
For sure. So word to the wise, like I made a post about this before. Like if you meet somebody that has 80% of what you want or what you need in a person, don't go seeking 20% from somebody else, because for one, what's gonna happen is that, of course, you're gonna be in the wrong for doing that, but then you're gonna meet somebody that has that 20%, but then they're gonna have the 80% that you had before. So why take a loss when you could just build on what you already have? So I do believe in building a person up. not at the same time like taking away from them from their happiness and who they are as a person. But I do believe in building somebody up, like because if I solely love you for who you are, your happiness will shine through me as well. So what makes you happy will make me happy at the same time. So don't go searching for that 20%.
For sure.
It can end bad for you, man. So photographer, like how did you get into that? Did your modeling play a part in that?
Honestly, so I'm going to say as a kid, I've always loved like cameras and photos, images, taking pictures of myself. Okay. Whenever my mom would purchase like those small little yeah. I would just like take pictures of myself and then like she'll develop the film and be like,
that's hard, bro. That's hard.
So that's really how it came about. Like I've always loved just anything, images.
Okay.
I could easily look at something and it's a photo.
Man, that's love, bro. That's love. So it's definitely in you. Like that's not something that you kind of picked up. It said like it just came natural to you. So they created your passion for it. So that's love, man. So with that being said,
it's
man,
in me, it ain't on me.
Facts. With that, I was just about to say that. With that being said, like if it's something that's within your passion, bro, it's like it's gonna pull you towards it, and it's like just gonna be natural to you. So it wouldn't seem as a job. It'll seem, hey, I'm doing this for fun. And I've heard so many times, Steve Harvey said it, make your passion your job and it will bring you millions. So there's plenty of millions out here. We all gonna get it. Mariah gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Don't Skip the Vibe podcast gonna get it. We claiming it right now.
Sure. And then I think you have to make it your passion, because I feel like at any point if you're doing something and it feels like it's a job, or if you feel like, oh, it's weighing me down, or this is too much, let it go.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
The moment I stop having fun with it, I'll be done.
Yeah, I say the same thing, bro. Because right now this podcast, I'm just doing this like it's so fun to me, like, and it's crazy how it came about. Just a little food for thought. I was procrastinating on starting this podcast like for a while. Like I always DJ, and they people like, oh man, you should start a podcast, because I would always have a story time during my segment, and I would just tell stories from my past and stuff. And people like, oh, you should start a podcast. I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm gonna start a podcast one day. I had no name or nothing. This been about a year of that, and then waiting on God's confirmation, man. His time is divine and it's perfect, bro. It just couldn't come at a perfect time. And some things happen. I'll get into it when I have a one-on-one podcast, and I'll just kind of lay it all out. But it couldn't have worked any better than what it is now. And like the timing is like perfect, and I'm enjoying myself. So
yeah, it's always, honestly, I feel like it's about the timing, because you can have so much planned. Because I told you, coming into this year, I was single,
right,
and my whole thing was like, oh, I'm gonna be single. I'm gonna get to know myself, but if I'm dating someone, that's fine. Like, I want to open the door for dating, yada, yada, yada. And then God, I feel like God was like, no, we're not doing none of this. Like, you planned what your 2023 was going to be. And even though it was cute, I'm going to come in and I'm going to shake it up. Exactly. So I feel like even though I thought that I would be dating in 2023, I haven't been. It just, like I told you, it really has been a year of like me getting to know myself.
Right. So during this process of getting to know yourself, I know temptation creeps in sometimes. So how do you deal with like the mental part of like sleeping alone or not having intimate moments, or QT? Just how do you cope with those moments? Because I'm pretty sure somebody out there is going through the same thing. So do you have some pointers on that, or how you get through it?
Well, I honestly can say I don't have temptation.
That's
like
good.
I don't face temptation.
Yeah.
And if I am faced with temptation, I'm going to handle it. Like, I'm going to do what I need to do in that moment. Because even though I'm very much single right now,
okay,
it's not a drought.
I got you.
On men.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Without a doubt.
It's nothing. Honestly, I could say like me being single, I love sleeping alone. Like there's been times where I've invited someone over and I'm just like, why he's so close to me?
Yeah.
Scoot over. Like, I can't wait till he leaves. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when you've been alone.
Bro, if it was you, just don't eat. If you wonder what was going on that night, she just wasn't feeling it, bro. She wanted it, but she didn't want it. But sorry. Okay, I'm going to say sorry for her.
And I'm going to say sorry, I'm not sorry. But and I had probably talked to him about this before. We probably talked about this before.
Yeah.
But and it's no disrespect to, the guys or anything like that. I just feel like once you become one of those people that are so comfortable in your own solitude, like when you have other people around, it's just like, why would he use my toothpaste? Why would he be using my skincare products? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wait for him to go home.
I feel you, bro.
So now sometimes I think about it and I'm like, once I do get in a relationship, how is it going to be?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like once you spend so much time alone, that's all you know. Like, you just know yourself. And it's kind of hard to jump back into that whole thing for me.
Okay. So, ladies, take some pointers, man. just get in tune with yourself, or like, being alone is absolutely fine. Yeah, like, building up and fixing and working on yourself. It's fine. We had this talk like a couple of podcasts ago. Like, make sure you healed up before you let somebody back in there.
For sure. And see, that's another thing. That's what I've been working towards. Like, I know a person, like, you probably want to be 100% healed. That's fine. Right. But as long as you've worked towards the things that have traumatized you or the things that have affected you from your past relationships or whatever, whatever it might be. Yeah. As long as you are kind of working towards yourself and you are at least attempting to heal, that's fine. But some people just don't want to heal. They just want to do, whatever.
But, sometimes they don't have the patience to even heal for themselves. They're trying to rush everything.
How.
Yeah, that too.
So it's just different strokes.
Man, seek God. He'll show you what's up.
Seek help. And then seek God.
Oh man! So how long have you been doing the directing and the photography thing?
So I've always had friends that either had businesses or they wanted to start businesses, and they might be like, I need a concept for the promo shoot. Okay. Or me being who I am, the kind of friend that I am, and being that I'm into directing and things like that, I might tell them, well, I'll handle it. Like, I'll handle the whether it's a promo video or, whether it's a photo shoot or something like that, I'll handle it. So I probably started doing that around 2015. Okay. I think
you got some years behind you.
Yeah. I think I took on my first directing job and creative directing job in 2015. Okay. And then after that, my next big thing was 2017. Not only as a director, but I was creative director and I was directing. So a lot of people don't really know what the description or the job title of
I don't know. Definitely break it down to me.
So basically, if you hire me on to be the creative director of Don't Skip the Vibes, my job would basically be to come up with not even just your questions or, but basically if I want to say, oh, I don't like that light set up right there. Or I think we should move the sign over here. Or I think you should put this table. So basically I'm coming up with the creative aspect of things.
I think somebody might have just got a job, but we're gonna talk about that.
So, and then 2017, that's when I really started taking it serious. That's when I really started looking at myself as a creative director. And then I want to say 2018, I had my first big job working with a hair company and then social public influencers and stuff like that.
That's cool.
So I started in 2015 and then it's pretty much it's been on go since.
Man, that's love, bro. That's love.
But the videography, I always wanted to do videography. I actually started doing videography during the pandemic. I purchased a camera.
Perfect time. I
got all the stuff that I needed, and that's when I started my videography journey.
Man, that's cool. Yeah. That's cool. Because I started about maybe a year ago. I did the same thing. I bought a camera. I was like, man, I just want to take some good pictures. Yeah. That's all I want to do is just buy this camera and take some good pictures for myself. And now we're using that same camera to shoot this podcast. So it's always a stepping stone somewhere. I had no clue about cameras, the lens. I didn't know none of that. Aperture, focal point. I don't know none of that. YouTube taught me everything.
and YouTube is vital. YouTube a lot of people don't. When I first purchased my camera, of course I didn't know those things either. I was one of those people. I know what I want I have the vision. I know what I want it to look like on camera. I didn't know anything like you said about aperture. Like I didn't know about exposure. I didn't know any of those things. But luckily, I have friends that have been in the industry for years, and you know, people that aren't afraid to give you the sauce. You know, some people like, damn, I ain't gonna give you too much because I don't want you to, you know. But I had those people to come in and say, okay, well, on the exposure, you need to do this, or if you're shooting something and you want it to be in slow mo, shoot it in 60 frames per second, and then you can slow it how you want it. You know, because before then I was just slowing it down. It was looking crazy, a mess. It was looking a mess, noise everywhere. It was so crazy. So
yeah, that's a little photography talk, man. If y'all want to know, just go on YouTube. You'll find out. But I know that you were into modeling as well. How long did you do the modeling? Because I know you don't do it as much now.
So I started modeling when I was like 16. My mom was a model.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. So
one of the ones.
She was like, was she like model or what?
She could have been.
That's love, bro.
And she did like a lot of ebony shows, and I don't know.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
But anyway, she did like a lot of fashion shows and stuff. So yeah, it started with my mom, and then in high school, there was this group at a college in my hometown, and they basically would allow teenage kids to audition for the modeling, you know, group. Right. And at the time, I was just like, well, I'm just doing it for fun. It was never to be taken seriously. Like people always thought I was so serious with modeling, or people would be like, "Oh, you're gonna go to the top," which nothing is wrong with going to the top. But people never knew that was wasn't my desire. I got you. So once I started modeling, I probably was like 16, and then I did that with the group that I was in. I probably did that for about 3 or 4 years. Okay. And after that, I just started booking my own shows. Like I started going to castings on my own, booking my own castings. Okay. I would just hop in my car and drive. Like,
man, it's love. Like, how far have you ever drove for like a casting and stuff like that?
Probably like 4 hours.
Atlanta?
I was young, I was young, didn't have a driver's license. I probably did have insurance. But I hopped in my car and, you know, I just took a chance on life. And I actually started getting like a lot of callbacks and
that's
things
love.
like that. But, you know, sometimes life don't quite see fit for that.
Yeah, for sure. Know. That's a good experience though, man. Being especially at a young age like that, just living a adventurous life.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like cool. I've met so many people. I've been to so many different places, so many different runways, and it's tiresome. Like a lot of people, you know, like I just said, a lot of people probably thought like, oh, the modeling, you should keep doing modeling. Right. Models don't really make much money, first of all. I didn't know that. You have to be the Kendall Jenner. You have to be the Gigi Hadid. You have to, you know what I'm saying? Like you have to be those big household names to make that money. Other than that, you're really not making money. Like you could grace the cover of one of the biggest, most prestigious magazines in the world and probably get paid like $20,000 or $10,000.
They making triple that.
They don't really make a lot of money. So I had fun doing modeling, but you know, I really didn't care about it. Like,
that's cool.
It was just something to do. Okay,
so to dive in it a little bit more, like when it came to your modeling, like during the times that I know sometimes modeling shoots get kind of intimate. Was it hard to date around the time that you were like shooting those intimate shots or anything like that?
It kind of was. Really? And the thing about it, this is what I'm gonna say. Like I told you, I started modeling when I was in high school, and at the time, I was dating this guy. He was a little older than me. Yeah. He wasn't, you know, he didn't really know much about what I had going on, nothing like that. On top of that, I'm not going to, you know, everybody has insecurities. Everybody is insecure. So I'm not going to beat him up for being insecure. Yeah. But at the time, he was insecure. And he had friends around him that would be like, oh, she's doing this, she doing that. She on the college campuses, like, oh, you know, she messing with other people. Yeah. Like, you know? And at the time, I definitely, like, I'm the kind of girl, when I'm with someone, I'm with you. Okay. I don't really care to, you know, because at the end of the day, no shade, no tea, but y'all that exciting anyway. Yeah. So, like, I don't need 4 and 5 and 6. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, man. So, yeah, I did experience that at an early age, and I was just like, I'm out here modeling. Like, I'm coming to practice. It's not, you know, that's not what's going on out here. But for a man, I guess it's kind of different. And then with the group that I was in, there were males in the group as well.
Right,
so it was a mixture of like men and women. Right. So, you know.
Right. I remember those days. I remember that group. There was some guys in that group. So during that time of that modeling, like when you would go to these places, was it like, I knew it was like, I had to be like guys hitting on you though, like super hard though.
Of course.
Man. So how did you kind of deal with that?
And not even just hitting on me in those places, but in the DMs. Like if we have a show tonight, they might DM me tomorrow. And be like,
yeah.
And then my boyfriend sent the DMs and he like, oh, I thought you was loyal. Hey, they DMing me.
Right.
I'm not DMing them.
I ain't feeding into
you know
it. Right. That's love. Yeah. So you're a faithful woman when it comes to your relationships. How long you been faithful?
All my life. That's my brand. Black women don't cheat.
Cap.
That's the brand.
CAP. I won't believe that. Cap. It's good that you were one of them that may didn't do it, but
yeah, me personally, I
definitely
can't do too
some hard hitters out there. Yeah,
I can't do. And like I told you, I don't like no shade to men. I love men. I love black men.
Right.
But I feel like there's a small quantity of them that are actually great, and then there's another quantity of them like
it ain't many. It ain't many of us out here though. You know that, right? Because it's like 1 to 9
to every woman,
right? And then that's separated through incarceration rates, homosexuality, and straight guys. So a lot of y'all gonna end up leaving him without having a man, unless you go to the other race. So.
You want to know what? I recently told somebody I was okay with it.
Are you?
Like I recently told somebody that when my career reaches its peak, once I do all of the things that God put me here to do, honestly, if you think about it, I know it's so many artists that say either you get this or you get that.
Right.
Like, either I'm gonna live this rock star. Not saying I'm trying to live a rock star life,
right.
but either you're gonna live this rock star life or you're gonna be committed. You're gonna be in a relationship. You can't do both at the time, which you can.
Right.
But I'm the kind of person with the things that I've seen and the things that I've experienced. I'm okay. Or maybe I'm just telling myself that. But I feel like right now I'm telling myself that and I'm believing myself.
Okay.
Like
that's important.
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. Like if and when I reach my $1 million peak, such and such and such, I'm okay with being on this earth without a man. That's fine.
That's cool. What about when you want to have kids though? Like you think about going to a bank or something?
You want to know what?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, so I have this friend.
Okay,
and we've been friends for years, and we have this pact. Well, I don't really know if the pact still stands.
Yeah.
Anywho, anyways, we established this pact, and we basically the pact was once I get to a certain age, if I don't have a man, if I don't have kids, we would have a kid together. He agreed to it. I agreed to it.
So hold on. Let me stop you right there. This going in the right direction. Watch the Homeboys, bro. I told y'all.
Wow.
Watch the Homeboys, bro. Ain't no friends, ain't no guy friends, bro. You see this? Do you see this? It's like you experience it right here out of the horse's mouth. First of all, so when if y'all decide to do this, will this involve having like sex or would this? Are we
doing our big one?
Oh, bro, I told you, watch the Homeboys, bro. We told y'all like little Fizz and all that. Watch the Homeboy, bro.
Listen.
Check the if she got a homeboy, go check her text message.
Wow.
Check the gaps in the times, bro. Check the gaps in the times. And if she got a homeboy and they ain't got no text message, bro, I'm telling you, go check her cell phone login. Like go to her bill and look it up on the internet, though, because you can't delete it on there.
So you me.
Free game.
So you me. You checking the time. Okay, you slime.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm sliding over.
Private investigator. I learned from the best.
But no,
don't worry about the phone. Go look at the phone bill. That's where it's at.
Wow.
Look at the phone bill. The
Is he
SMS.
paying the phone bill?
Nah, I don't care. If we together, I'm looking where it's at. Pull it up.
Okay. But listen.
Pull it up.
Out of defense for me and my friend.
Okay, let's hear it.
This is never a friend that has met any of my boyfriends or anybody that I'm dating.
That's even worse.
Hold it.
Right.
But listen, once I do get into relationships with people or once I start dating someone, I tell them about our pact.
Ooh.
I say, I have this friend. We've been friends for a long time.
Oh man.
We have this pact. I have, not saying that this is ever gonna happen, but this is just what we kind of came up with. So most guys say, "Oh, I don't want to meet him." Or that's literally always the response, like, "Nah, that's a friend. I'm not trying to meet."
Because if it was me, I wouldn't even be friends anymore. You gonna have to cut that off.
But listen, recently I had a conversation with my friend, probably like last week, and he ended up telling me that he met a girl and like he really liked her and he's really into her. So I was like, "Well, damn, what about our pact? Like, what about?"
Bro, this is blowing my mind.
What about when I'm ready to have a baby? He was like, "Well, you better hurry up." I was like, "Oh wow." So she putting you against me? Okay, dead. No,
check
baby.
the homeboys, bro. I told y'all.
So now I think that's off the table. The pact thing is off the table.
You think
I'm
so?
just gonna have a kid
I don't think
with
so.
some.
I don't think so.
The pact thing is off the table. I'm just gonna have a kid with somebody. Like if I'm not involved or if I'm not married, I'm probably just gonna have a kid with somebody that I got a really great relationship with, or either I'm just not gonna have a kid. It's not that deep. I got a lot of nieces and nephews. I have 5 of them.
That's cool. That sounds a lot better. Yeah. But we ain't judging nobody here. So with that being said, dealing with like modeling, photography, videography, being a director, I know you come encounter with a lot of people. Yeah. So have you ever been in a relationship where you had to deal with, or a situationship where you had to deal with a narcissistic man that try to manipulate you out of those things? Have that occurred in your life? Let's talk about that. She twirling her hair. Uh-oh.
I have.
Let's hear it. What happened with that? Like, how did that go about?
It didn't. I mean, it ended up ending. You know.
So I'm asking, like, what was he doing to like show you that he was narcissistic or trying to manipulate you?
I would say it would just probably be things like, first and foremost, you know who I am. You know what comes with me. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of people know me. So I just feel like if we're in certain settings, or if we're, you know, no matter where we are, you're a man first and foremost. You know me. You know how I'm coming. Right. You know what I'm putting down. You know how I'm moving. So you should be secure, you know what I'm saying, with me. First and foremost. But yeah, most men, like, they'll say like, "Oh, I'm okay with this." Say for instance, "Oh, I'm okay with you going to the podcast." Right. And then once I get to the podcast, it's an attitude. Yeah. Or once I get home, you looking crazy. Like, you knew I was coming to this podcast. Right. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what comes with me. And that's just not even being on a podcast. You know, with, like you just said, being a videographer, the director, I'm going to meet so many men. So the person that I'm with, they have to be secure to a certain instinct. I won't say they have to be like 100,000% secure, because I have my moments where I might not be the most secure. But ultimately, you have to know, like, this is who she is. And one thing I can say, I pride myself on being exactly who I say I am. I always tell people that, like, you can meet me today, and then you can meet me 5 years from now. You be like, maybe I have excelled, but ultimately she's the same person. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I would just feel like it's things like that, like saying you're okay with something, and then when it's actually happening, you like, "Oh, I don't like that." Or
so, let me ask you this: when it comes to them being okay in their feelings about you doing certain things, do you do your best to try to secure them within their mind? Like, hey, being transparent with them about your whereabouts, or kind of catering to how they feel in that moment to make sure they don't feel like that, and they do you like,
yeah, for sure.
Is it the way you go about that?
That's me. Like,
okay.
And even just not with business, like people that I associate myself with when it comes to business. I have a lot of male friends. Okay. I don't really, like, I have friends that are women, but for the most part, I have a lot of male friends. So whenever I come into a relationship, I let whoever I'm dating know, these are my friends, you know, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. I want you, if you feel comfortable meeting them, that's fine. If you don't, you know, but I just want my man to know who's around me and who I'm around. And I won't 100% say that would make them secure, but I feel like that should make you feel like, okay, you know, you should feel, okay, I got a little insight. My woman cares about me enough to let me know, like, who she's going to be around and things like that. But sometimes it's not even enough.
So is it times where you're around the guy that you got the pat with?
Like, we did the do.
Nah, do y'all like hang out and stuff like that? Y'all be around?
Me and like my homeboy?
No, the guy that you had the pact with.
Oh no, he lives in Dallas. I haven't seen him probably since like 2016. So we talk sometimes.
Yeah, cool. So with that
and he called me his baby mom.
Bro, this is blowing my mind. So it has to be some kind of attraction there, right?
For sure.
So y'all attracted to each other, but y'all friends, but
for sure. So this is the thing. When I first ever met him, I'm gonna take you back so you can get the full. So when I first ever met him, it was 2011. We were in the mall in Jackson, and I saw him, and I thought he was so cute. And my sister, I was like, "Girl, he's so cute."
What's his initial? Can I get his initials?
KW.
We looking for KW. Go ahead.
But anyway, so I thought he was so cute, and I told my sister, I was like, "Oh my God, I think he's so cute. Like, go over there and tell him." So my sister walked over there, and I guess I don't know what she told him, but he ended up giving me his telephone number, and then we just always like stayed close ever since then. Like we'll talk on the phone or we'll FaceTime, stuff like that. And the thing that made me not want to, even though I thought he was extremely attractive, he thought I was attractive. He was in the streets at the time, heavily. Okay. And no disrespect to street but we don't equate. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't
not
have
equally
time.
yoked.
Yeah,
I got
you know. And I don't have time to think about, oh, am I gonna wake up tomorrow? Is my boyfriend gonna be dead, or is he gonna be shot, or is somebody gonna work in the trap? Like I don't have time for that. Respectfully. Yeah. So he always knew. You know, we cared about each other, but I just wasn't into the whole street thing.
Right. So you prefer the more conservative guy, like business type? What kind of guys?
I wouldn't even say conservative. I just can't do the street thing. You know, like that's too much for me to worry about. Like I already have to worry about myself, my family.
Right.
I'm not trying to be like, you know, in the middle of the night. I feel like I'm too old for that, and I feel like at a certain age, men should be. But at that time, we were extremely young. I was like 19, and he was I wasn't even 19. I was like 18. Yeah. So he probably was like 21. Okay. So it's been years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
We've been friends, but yeah.
Y'all been friends a long time. Yeah, I don't think that pact gonna go nowhere.
But this is the crazy thing about it. Even though the pact, why would you say that?
What?
You say you don't think the pact will go anywhere? Like,
no, I don't think it's gonna leave. I think y'all gonna continue to have it.
I mean, we might, but I don't think so. But my whole thing is,
bro, watch the home. I told y'all, bro. I told you.
But nobody had to watch him. Nobody ever had to watch him. Because when I met him, I was single. And then when I did get a boyfriend, I made sure I let my boyfriends know, like, oh, this is somebody who's vital to my life. But this is the crazy thing.
This somebody I'm going to have a baby with if your ass don't work out.
Stop it.
I'm going to have a baby with this person right here. If you don't do right, I got him on standby. He in the dugout.
I told somebody.
If you don't hit a home run, he's still going to be in the dugout.
I told somebody that recently.
You did?
Yeah, I told you. And they were just like, yeah, this a friend I don't never want to meet. Like, I never want to meet this friend.
Yeah,
but
I don't meet him neither.
The crazy thing is we have never had sexual encounters.
Nothing.
And people that know him.
Y'all ain't like felt on each other?
Never.
Nothing. Kiss, none of that?
We've slept in the same bed. We've never kissed. No, seriously.
Man, don't try that with me. Don't do it. Friends, no. We'll never go to that point because it ain't going to work out. I ain't strong enough.
We've slept in the same bed. We've never kissed. I don't think we've ever kissed. None of that. And he has friends, like guy friends.
Like how? Like how is that even possible to lay in the bed with somebody that you're sexually attractive to and y'all not have sex? And y'all been friends all this time.
I honestly feel like for once it's what I was putting down. A man can only go off the energy that you putting out. So the energy never gave, I want to sleep with you. Yeah. I want to, it never gave it. It just, it has always been like genuine and just, we chilling. Like, I know it's been times he'll come to my fashion shows. He'll pick me up. We'll go out to eat. Like, I'm single.
Watch the Homeboys, bro.
But no, I'm single.
Watch the Homeboys, bro.
But yeah, he has friends, and even they always say, like, I can't believe you and her, like, y'all have never.
Thanks.
But we've never taken it there. I don't know why. So it's crazy because when people that know me hear about the pact thing, they always say, like, so how would y'all go about it? Would y'all do the do or no? We doing the do. No, we doing the do. I gotta see what
that's me personally. I've never had female friends up until this year. Never. Because it's just not, for me, it's not, I'm not strong enough. Well, I wasn't strong enough to be that person that would do some shit like that. Excuse my language. Because if we close to each other, anything, if I hug you, like, I'm going to be ready. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I see you like sexually attracted like that. It ain't no chilling around with you. It ain't none of that kicking it. Like, now I have chilled with some people before, but the reason I didn't go there with them or try to go there with them, because they pretty much told me, hey, it's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And I respect that more than anything. Because one thing about it, I want to feel wanted more than anything. Like, if I don't feel like you want me or we want each other,
it's a waste of time.
It's a complete waste of time. Like,
I can't do what I came to do with.
Facts. But if I know we like sexually attracted to each other, there ain't no sleeping in no bed together. That's not finna happen, bro. I
don't know. Maybe that's just me.
That's
maybe
love,
I just
though.
live in like a little fairy.
I commend y'all for that, because, man, y'all some strong individuals. Watch the Homeboys. I told y'all to watch the Homeboys. I told y'all, bro. I've been trying to stress this point to y'all. All these females talking about, we had a guy friend. Why we can't have a guy friend? Y'all got pacts going on.
No, I don't approve of this message because that's not really the same thing.
Oh man, bro, I'm mind blown. So let me ask you this: do you believe in soul ties?
For sure,
bro. I do too, man. I ain't gonna lie, I do, because I've never dealt with depression until I messed with somebody that had depression. I feel like once I had I had sex with that person, I feel like she put that on me, bro. Because I've always been strong minded. I've never had a point where I didn't been in my worst of my worst, and my mind was always strong. Like I never had a problem with anything, because people always say, "Oh, you a daredevil." Like I didn't experience so much, like so much. So a lot of stuff don't scare me. Yeah. But after I swear, after I had sex with that woman, like I had went through a year of depression. Like I was finna check myself out. It got that bad. And as much as I love my life,
a lot of people don't believe that it can get that bad because of soul ties.
And me being so strong minded, I would never thought in a million years of my life, like I would think like that. But it got to that point. Yeah. So has it ever been a time that if you feel like somebody left something on you when they came in? And what was it?
For sure. Even though the guy felt like I left something on him, I felt that way.
What was it?
I don't know. I want to say it was just this thing of like certain insecurities. Like I've always been, and not even to sit on this platform and make it seem like, oh, I've never, but honestly, all my life, I've always been secure. I honestly can say that. Like, I've never been the type of person that was insecure. Like, I just always felt like
that confidence.
Yeah. Like no arrogance, nothing like that.
Right.
But then I met someone at one point, and he wasn't secure within himself, and it was to the point where it was like he was doing things to me because he was insecure.
Yeah,
so he was
I've been that person
those,
before.
Yeah, he was projecting those insecurities on me, but it was like it was to the point where I was like, "You gotta go this, like,
that far to do.
You gotta go this far, like." So that just made me know, like deep down inside, like you fucked up. Like it's deeper than
facts.
I
done been that guy before, man.
Yeah.
Me. Let me touch bases on insecurities, man. Because you probably laying with the enemy right now. Like true enough, you probably laying with him right now. Y'all probably watching this together right now. A man that doesn't want to see you succeed in things or try to dumb you down or keep you at this level when he know you has the potential to be this level is because he fears you outgrowing him. And if you're dealing with somebody that's hindering you from growing, that's your enemy.
Right.
Because righteously, if I quote unquote love you, if you have ideas to do things, you want to go out and venture in these directions, I'm supposed to support you, but also caution you about things, but not keep you from doing it. Nah, you don't do that. Yeah. And try to think for you and don't deal with those type of guys. That's very narcissistic. And I've been that type of guy before where I was so insecure, like if she grows, like I'm not gonna be of value to her because I'm still where I am now. I need her to wait on me till I get ready to do what I need to do, and then we can go together. No. Yeah. Don't deal with that guy. Don't deal with that guy. He ain't progressing. He's gonna or if he ain't progressing or he's where he wants to be, he's gonna try to hinder you from getting where you want to be. So don't deal with that guy, man.
For sure.
And the flags are so red.
So red.
They so red. Don't ignore them. They right in your face. They right in your face.
For sure. If I get the iPhone 12, you mad because you got the 8.
Exactly, bro.
You know?
That's ridiculous, and it's
Like,
very true.
on?
You getting a new car? Oh man, I gotta go get me a new car now.
Oh, she gonna start acting funny. She gonna start feeling herself. Like, no, those are your
Bro,
insecurities.
most of all, check this. Trust me now. When you posting, you post pictures on the internet. If he posts right behind you, dawg, it's that's clear as day. Because he's trying to, she getting attention. I don't want to get some attention too. Nah, don't deal with that guy, man. Like I said, the red flags are so clear. Like if we're gonna have another episode on this, we got to talk about these red flags for sure.
For sure. But yeah, like the insecurity, like it started projecting itself, and then I start having moments where like this person like just started doing like crazy, like just taking it too far. And I'm like, well, I've had men that were insecure and it's never been this. Like, why you gotta go so hard? Like,
so long. So what was one of the things that he did that like to do that? Like, because I know it's like etched in your brain. Like you'll never forget this.
It's etched in my brain, but I don't want to go too crazy because I don't want him to flatter himself. But this is what I will say. This is what I will say. I remember this one time where he basically wasn't, like we weren't dating, you know, nothing like that. Yeah. And that's cool, but I feel like, I honestly feel like if you're going to present yourself as a certain type of person, be that certain type of person.
Right.
Because like I told you, I am who I am.
Right.
If you meet me 5 years from now, of course, I should have excelled in some way.
Right.
But I'm ultimately going to be the same person I always have been or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it got to the point where I was just like, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. I don't want to do this no more. I'm done. And I remember this one time, I don't know if I should say this.
Say it. Hey.
I remember this one time.
We on the edge of our seat right now.
I ended up saying like, oh, I don't want to deal with you anymore, yada, yada, yada. And first and foremost, I feel like people have to realize me not wanting to deal with you, it's based off your action.
Okay.
If you want the results to be different, come different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So whatever I'm telling you is based off what you did or what you did not do.
Okay.
So he ended up linking up with this girl that I know, and he posted it.
When you say linking up, like they just chill together, or they like?
When I spoke to her about it, it wasn't nothing.
Okay.
Like when I spoke to him about it wasn't nothing either.
Okay.
But I guess when he posted it, I know he posted it for me.
Oh yeah.
Specifically for me.
So you can see it.
He wanted me to see it.
Yeah.
So when I saw it, I was like, damn, you going that far? Like that's what we on? You know what I'm saying? Like it's that deep. Like and in my mind, I wasn't upset because I'm insecure or anything like that.
Right.
I'm upset because I know why you're doing what you're doing.
Right.
You are going beyond far. It's literally not this
super
deep.
petty. Yeah.
You know, especially if you're gonna still want to be involved with me.
Right, exactly.
So it would just be little things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that's too much. Like, you just doing a lot of
that's
but you know, those insecurities kind of started creeping into my life, and you know, once people start doing things that involve people that you cool with or your friends, or you start feeling like you have to watch everybody. Right. And I feel like me being somebody that never had insecurities, that kind of made me feel like I gotta watch everybody. I gotta watch you. I gotta watch him. And that never had been me.
Yeah.
So when you talk about soul ties and how things can jump off other people and get onto you, when you were talking about depression, I feel like those insecurities start jumping off on me. Like I've never been that type of person, and I had to pray, like, God, that's not cool. Like,
release that. That's definitely how I dealt with it. I dealt with it the same way. I had to lock in, bro. If I had never prayed so hard in my life.
Yeah, you have to pray.
That was the time that I was definitely reaching out, because like I said, I had never been that person. Like you said, never been that person that even think like that, bro. And I know it's like this soul tie and this demon is on me, and it needs to go away.
It needs to go away.
Definitely we get to the point where we trying to check out and stuff like that, man. So with that being said, pray, bro. Pray, seek God. You got to, bro. If you need help, go get help.
And
I don't want to see you. I want to see you here with me. You definitely need to watch the podcast. So.
For sure. And I would say like this year, probably like the end of the summer, is when I felt like that spirit was lifted off.
Finally left,
And that
yeah.
was years ago when I met that person. And I feel like it finally left because I decided like I'm gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not that deep. If you have people doing things like that behind your back, they say more about them than it says about you.
Sure.
So I just prayed and I was like, God, that's not cute.
Right.
That ain't me.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
Also, man, it takes time. And it's not going to just flick on like a light switch. Like she said, it happened years ago and it finally kind of got off her this summer. So, yeah, definitely be patient with it. Seek and it'll come to you. So, have you ever, is there ever been a time in your life where you feel like you experienced true love? Really? Oh, she blushed then. So can we get his initials? No initials. So if you can tell him thank you right now, how would you do it?
Thank him for what?
For giving you the experience of true love.
I really wouldn't say nothing.
You wouldn't say
like he
nothing?
should thank me.
Why?
But no,
why should he thank you?
Honestly, the reason why I said like I really wouldn't have a thanks or anything for him is because when I met him, I was 20. I wasn't even 21.
Okay.
And I was still in the stage of my life. I've always been the kind of girl. I've never been clingy. Okay. I'm not the girl who's about to be all up on you or like I could have just been at your house 35 minutes ago and we go to a function and I'm gonna walk right past you like I don't know you.
Really?
That just has always been me.
Don't do me like that. That hurt my feelings. If you want to get snatched up, try it. Walk past me like we ain't. Okay.
But
okay,
that has always been me. Like out of protection for me.
Yeah.
Like I've always been that type of person. And even when I've been head over heels for people, I've never like let them know because I've always been the type of girl I believed. Once I start liking a guy too much, it's gonna go left. I always feel like
it's got to be a reason for that, though, right?
A reason for what? It's gonna go left. Or
thinking it's gonna go left if you like him too much.
Or I just think it's me.
Secure yourself.
Yeah, I just think it was just always a way to secure myself, and then also I know like a lot of men, like I'm not gonna bash men because I honestly respect the way that men move in relationships. Most men don't get in serious relationships until their late 20s or like their early 30s, as opposed to women. We're like 16 and like
ready to lock it in.
We're expecting like this whole fairy tale thing, and like from a child basically we have this whole thing of like, oh, we're gonna get married, right. But men don't really, you know what I'm saying, like they don't, like y'all ain't really cut like that. So I just honestly feel like I've always known that, and I don't want to force or pressure anything. Right. I'm not gonna be the girl that do that. Like I could be head over heels. So which goes back to the guy that you was asking me about. When I first met him, like I thought he was so cute, and one of my friends, she ended up saying that she knew him or whatever, and so I would just be on the little hoo-hoo, you know what I'm talking about? And I would just be like typing things, and so I'm like, I'm gonna just type some stuff because I know he on here.
On Itter?
Hoo-hoo,
Itter.
So I want him to see, you know what I'm saying? And I guess he ended up like catching on to what I was doing.
Yeah, I've done
that. He DM'd me. He gave me his number. I was like, got him. You know, that's how I felt.
Bagged him.
Bagged him. Yeah. But and then it led from that, and I honestly, we recently talked about this, literally probably like a month ago. And I told him, when I first met you, I was so in love with you. Like I knew it was you. I knew, you know, and he basically told me, well, it didn't give that. Because I told him, oh, I thought I was giving head over heels in love. But I guess in my mind, you know, but he told me he didn't feel like, I knew you liked me, I liked you, but to me, it didn't give that you was head over heels in love with me. Right. But like I just told you, that has always been a thing with me. I'm never gonna like, oh, I'm never just gonna reveal all my cards. So I guess that's why I say I don't really have a thank you.
I got you.
To him. Yeah. Because that's kind of how things went. But now he knows.
So was that the only guy that ever do that?
Mm-hmm.
So
in my adult age.
Right. Okay. So why is it that y'all didn't work things out? Is it a reason why?
So at the time, he ended up graduating from college.
Okay.
And then he moved back home.
All right.
He ended up moving back home, and then I guess at the time it just wasn't clicking. Okay. And then once we ended up getting into a relationship, being that we were already long distance, I don't have time to be coaching you about communication. You know what I'm saying? Like, we already very like important. 4-5 hours away. There's no reason why I should like, if you tell me you're gonna call me back, call me back. Like, I shouldn't have to be like, oh, call me back. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like after so many years of me telling you, oh, this is what I don't like about you. And
supposed to pick up on that.
Yeah, you're supposed to pick on it. You to pick up on it. You're supposed to at least try to fix it, because I honestly feel like for the most part, this person was, nobody's perfect. Right. But I feel like he was perfect. Like, even the things I didn't like about him, I loved. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the things I didn't like about him, I could
like that.
Not even tolerate, but it was okay. Like, because deep down inside, it made me smile. Like, I'm like,
okay, yeah,
shut up. But I'm loving it.
So, like, why are you not with this person? Like,
that, honestly.
Okay.
Like, I don't have, like, me, honestly, I'm 31. I don't have time to teach. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, it's been a 10-year, you know, from us meeting each other to now, it's been 10 years.
Does he know about the guy with the pact?
He knows. Yeah. He knows.
Damn, bro.
He's the one that said he don't want to meet him.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I just feel like after so many years, and he knows this, that's why I don't mind saying it on this podcast. Like, after so many years, I'm not coaching you on shit. Either you gonna do it or you don't. Either you want to do it or you don't. Right. And he know that. Like, how I'm talking to you right now is how I talk to him.
That's love.
I'm not about to, So, yeah. It's
So if he was to get that together.
I don't know. Like, right now, I feel like it's a wrap.
Okay. Because he had 10 years.
You had enough time.
That's a while. So, are you open to seeking true love again? But, nah, I take that back. Because you did say at this point in your life, you're not. You don't mind if they don't come. Yeah, so well
I mean, who knows what's possible.
Right.
But right now I just honestly, like, that's just really not my focus. Some days it's my focus.
I got you.
Some days I'm like, oh, I would love this, I would love that, and then but my whole thing is a lot of men don't respect when I say what I'm about to say. I'm not trying to force you to be something. I'm not trying to force growth. I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the kind of woman where I just gracefully opt out. If you're not prepared, I'm not about to beat you up, and I'm about to be like, oh, you need to do it. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I feel like people want to do things based off if they want to do it. I don't want you doing something or changing yourself or fixing something for me.
Man,
I want you to fix it for you.
You hit the nail on the head.
Because when you fix it for me, you're not really fixing it.
Exactly.
You're just doing enough to get by.
Exactly.
When you fix it for you, the whole
I said the same thing recently. Like, as far as being faithful to somebody and catering to somebody's feelings, if I'm being faithful for my sake because I want to do right, that's far more valuable than me doing it because of you. Because if I do it for you, we're not perfect.
Right.
Nobody's perfect. So it's going to be times that you let me down, and I can't base my decisions on your wrongdoings, because I'm going to be all over the place. I got to do it for me. It starts with me. It starts with you. So if you're going to be faithful, if you're going to better yourself for you first, and then let it proceed to somebody else. So
yeah, you have to, because then it'll be like, God, I've been being faithful for 3 months.
Yep.
Like, I'm ready to do my, like, don't do it for me. Do it for you. And if and if it's not for you, then
true. It just won't work out.
We'll meet on the other side. Yeah, we don't have to be together.
So,
that's fine.
So do you believe in 50-50 relationships? Or what would you prefer in your relationship? 50-50, 70-30, 60-40?
I don't really like to get into things that don't have nothing to do with me.
Okay.
50-50 don't got nothing to do with me. I've never met a man that's like, you got to pay for 50. Like, that's why I always hear people talk about things. I always hear girls say like, oh, somebody took me out to eat, or they did this, or they did. And I'm just quiet because I'm like, can't relate.
Yeah.
Like, I've never You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never had a man tell me like 50-50 or you have to do this or you have to do, like, I can honestly say that's just
nothing you ever had to deal with. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. I feel you.
But I honestly feel like I've always been the kind of person where if I'm involved with somebody and we are a team, I wouldn't mind, like pulling my load. Like if things aren't how they're supposed to be, or if the home is lacking and a certain person can't come through, that's different. Right. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we're looking at the bigger picture. If you got this going on, I got this going on, I can't expect you to just dish out your money. Right, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. So for things like that, I definitely understand. But me personally, I don't really get into topics that don't got nothing to do with it.
That's good. I can rock with that. So you ain't never had to put up with no 50-50. He gonna handle it for you.
Every time. Every time.
So what do you feel like what it is? Is it your demeanor, or you just come off as?
I just feel like
the prize, I would say.
For sure, the
like,
prize.
Boy, you better be lucky to be here, so you better handle that.
Well, no, let me tell you. Yeah. I used to be that girl.
Okay.
I used to be that girl. I was egotistic, and I felt like it's a privilege. You know what I'm saying? Like for you to be in my face, for you to be around me, like ain't no in me. And, I was like, I felt like that, but after a while, I started realizing like that's not right. Like.
So you humbled yourself?
I humbled myself. Or certain situations humbled me. And it kind of made me feel like, that's wrong. Like, you see this man back texting you 4, 5, 6 times.
Yeah.
You ain't said nothing. Like, you just, you know what I'm saying? It's okay.
Bruh, or do 3 courtesy texts. This is what I do. I'm going to text you one day. I don't hear from you. Cool. If I really like you, I'm going to hit you up the next day. Next day, cool. All right. That third day, you don't say nothing that third day. I got the picture. You ain't trying to rock with me.
Used to be like a double texter.
Yeah,
that was never my thing.
Nah, I ain't no double texter.
But I will now.
Yeah, I will now.
Yeah, so, sure. Certain things humble you and you do things you never thought you would do.
But I ain't heard from you all day. You all right? You good? That's my saying. Right? You good? You all right? What's up? Or if I'm gonna go on your Snapchat, if I don't see you posting nothing on Snapchat, I might get a little worried. But if I see you posting something on Snapchat, I'm gonna say something like, okay, I know you see my text over here. You got your phone in here because we had to check on that. But I'm definitely double texting and seeing what's up. But once that light switch cut off on you, just don't even worry about it. You ain't gotta worry about texting back. None of that. So, do you have a crush, local crush, or celebrity crush?
I used to have a crush probably about 6 months ago, but I don't have a crush no more.
Well, what happened to that crush?
I mean, it was honestly, I let's go back, a little backstory, not too much.
Talk to me.
I ended up doing, when I told you I did like one of my biggest projects in 2018. Okay. So I ended up meeting this guy. He's a photographer. A very like well-known photographer, very, very successful. But at the time when I met him, I'm just like, who is this? Like, we're in the same surroundings, we're working together. So I'm peeping him. I feel him peeping me, because I think I was cute that day. Like it gave casual, cute. I'm here to work.
Do you remember what you had on?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
I had on these little low rise.
Oh, man.
Okay, let me give y'all outfit deets. So I had on these little cute low-rise blue jeans. Okay. I had on like a little baby tee muscle shirt. And I had on, I don't want to say the name of the sandals, but I had on some cute little sandals. Right. My hair was up in a ponytail. Like I said, it gave casual, I'm here to work, but I was still trying to be cute.
Was it hot outside?
Yeah, it was summertime. It probably was like July, the top of July. All right. So I ended up
put that image in your head. She said, what kind of tank top you had on?
A little baby tee muscle shirt, white.
You know what's up. Bro.
So
bro seen that.
So I thought he was so cute. Yeah. And I feel like I was peeping him peep me, but we never said anything to each other about it. And then I was like, oh, he's so cute. Like, this is my crush. And then probably like, I want to say probably a year after we met, I was on live one night and he commented on the live. And I got in his DM. I was like, oh, yeah, I've been waiting for you.
Bro, I don't get messages like that.
So we ended up exchanging numbers, and we talked for a little while, but it didn't really go nowhere.
Okay. So what was the turn off? Because it had to be something.
It wasn't a turn off.
It just didn't spark
I
like you
don't
wanted
know.
to?
It could have been a turn off for him because I know the first time he asked me to FaceTime, I was like, I got to lay my baby hairs. And he was like, oh, it really don't matter, yada, yada, yada. So that could have been a turn off for
we
him.
don't care about that, bro.
You know.
Like, especially, like, we know how you get dogged up. We know you can get dogged up. We see you fine. Like, we see all the Instagram posts. We see all of that. I want to see you at kind of your minimum so I know if I can deal with you at that point in time. Because I know if I come around you like that, you ain't going to be dogged up all the time. I don't want to come around and be a surprise like, oh, she ain't
what I thought.
It ain't, that flame ain't flickering like I thought it was. She's looking pretty rough now, so yeah. So
but see, when I first met him, I didn't have makeup on. Like I told you, it was cute, but it wasn't me, like my best self. So it really didn't matter, but I just felt like in that moment, oh, this is our first little FaceTime. Like, let me just at least
I feel you. Do
a hoop and swoop. But I don't know if that turned him off or I don't know. But to this day, we still keep in contact. But I wouldn't say he was my. Well, he is still my crush. But I don't think nothing will come from that because I don't be in his DMs and on no crazy stuff. But he has told me, come to Atlanta and we can go on a date, or I want to do a photo shoot for you. I'm gonna have the makeup artist. I'm gonna do, all this whole nine. But it's probably pretty much been me.
That's love, bro.
I be playing.
A lot of y'all be playing, bro. We just got somebody on here that admits it, so it's love. So, with you being single, you say you've been single a year, year and a half,
almost a year.
So, like I said, you say you don't deal with like temptation and stuff like that. You don't have those problems.
Honestly, I don't.
So, but when you want to have it, like it's somebody on call, right?
I mean, it's somebody I can call, but I really, honestly, I really don't have those desires. Sometimes I do, or if I do, I can do it myself.
I got you.
I know what I like the most.
Yeah, we had some controversy about the rose, though.
I've never used it.
Really? I don't know. We got some audience members on.
And I'm not saying that the rose isn't what it's cracked up to be. I've just never used. I thought about buying one just to see,
because people talk about it so much, though, right?
About it a lot. They rave.
I hear a lot about it, man. I just be curious, See, I know.
I've heard some things.
Oh man, for sure. I heard some things too.
But I've never used
had to do with that.
My little friend is probably like this big. And it has like little ridges on it. Okay. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Where can they buy that at if they need it? Like, do you know where they can buy it? Is it a website or something they need to DM you about and see, if they need to check up on that?
DM me.
Yeah, her Instagram will be at the bottom of the make sure you do. She gonna see you in the right direction.
I see how we are.
Especially if you're trying to abstain from dealing with guys and hiring your body count.
The crazy thing is, I know people that always tell me either A, you're lying, or B, they always say, how?
Yeah.
Like, how is that possible? It's just possible for me. I don't know how it's possible, but I don't lie.
Yeah, you got to be headstrong for sure.
Yeah, you have to be, but
especially when you got options like that. Like it don't take much for a woman.
Well, when I say I have options, I'm not saying like they're in my phone. I talk to them every day. I'm just saying like if it ever came to that point, it's men in my phone I can call and honestly, in less than 10 minutes, they're gonna be at my front door.
But I'm saying like as a woman, like it's not hard to find a guy. Like you can go out on the side of the curb and hold a sign up, and they will be jumping the curb trying to get over there. A guy go and hide a sign up to that. What wrong with him? they gonna be speeding past you. But that's good that you got that control though, man. That's love though, for sure. So body count, like, does a man's body count matter to you?
Not really. The guy I was just speaking about by my first. When you asked me have I like experienced true love?
Yeah, true love. He had a high body count.
High.
How was it?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
How you know it was high though?
He told me. Like before we ever got into a relationship, we had those conversations, and he told me like, I slept with a lot of girls.
Yeah.
A lot of them. And once me and him actually got into a relationship, Actually, probably like a year before we got into a relationship, I ended up befriending this girl.
Okay.
But once me and him got together, I ended up finding out he slept with a girl. So I'm like, damn.
Was this your?
I know you said you slept with a lot of people, but Jesus,
man, you know the world's small. Especially
we were friends.
Yeah, the world's super small.
So at that point, it was kind of like it was awkward because even though I loved him and all these things, she was my friend. So I kind of felt like I had to pick one.
I feel you.
But people that were closest to me basically told me, don't feel like that. You should still be her friend,
right,
and you should still date him.
Right.
But like I told you, I've always been one of those girls who I just feel like things have to be this or that.
I got you.
Like, so for me, that just shook my whole world up. As opposed to the next girl might feel like, okay, it's not that serious. Like everybody has slept with everybody.
Right.
But because I haven't slept with everybody, I'm just
right.
like, oh no, like yada yada yada. But you know.
So what? Let me ask you this. So if you did find out how high a guy body count was, like, what is your like cutoff? Like, okay, nah, that's too many. I can't deal with you. What would you say your number is?
Hold on, my sweater.
No, you good. Giving you the blues over here.
Yeah, but I honestly would say it wouldn't really have much to do with the quantity. It would have more to do with the quality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that.
Even though I know quality women, even though I know quality women who have been out here getting past like ducks, but still, like it'll be different if you like, oh, I did such and such and such, and it's ducks versus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would much rather you
swans.
I would much rather the swans than the ducks. So I would say it really doesn't have much to do with quantity. It's just, you know. But I still will look at them kind of sideways.
Yeah, I feel you.
But other than that, people, hey, I'm 30. People have done things.
Facts. For sure. So has a guy ever like bashed you about your body count?
No.
Oh, you ever told somebody about your body count?
I have.
What's your number?
I honestly can say I can count my number on both my hands still to this day.
That's good, bro.
But you want to know what?
That's hard to find.
A lot of people
Hold on,
think
you
I'm
said
lying.
both of your hands is like both of your hands multiple times or just one set?
No. Like, I probably could use one set, but I'm just saying, like, I could use both of my hands to display the amount of people that I've had sex with.
That's good, bro.
But even when I say that, people don't believe me.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
But
that's good.
It's not something that I have to lie about.
Yeah, for sure.
I just always been very scary, for one. Like, scary. Like, I'm not just about to give anybody that credit to be able to say they slept with me first and foremost. And then second, I'm scared. Like, since a kid, I've always been scared about getting pregnant, which is why I don't have any kids.
Yeah,
we going condom every time.
Yeah. Gotta have a contraceptive.
Every time.
For sure. Man, that's dope though. Like, like you're doing good. Like, I don't know if you realize it, but you're doing
and people
excellent.
don't believe that when I tell people that I only have protected
sex. Because it's really?
Like, you a liar. And that just shocks me. Like, oh, so what y'all doing?
Yeah. Nah, they going in no seatbelt. Gotta put that seatbelt on, bro. It's rough out here. You gotta put that seatbelt on.
I don't play like that. Because for one, I can't let anybody just get that baby daddy credit.
I
can't have people walking around like, oh, my baby. No.
Yeah.
In order for you to get that credit, you're gonna have to be a certain type of man. A certain type of man, for sure.
The one that you got the pat with?
No.
Watch the Homeboys, bro.
The name of this podcast is the name of this episode is gonna be Watch the Homeboys.
Watch the Homeboys.
No, don't do that. Don't put that on there.
Man, but with that being said, man, we're gonna check out of here. It's been a wrap. Live with Don't Skip the Vibe podcast with DJ Skip and Miss Mariah Henderson.
Y'all have a good night.
Thank you. We checking out.